I don't think it's overhyped. And I know, folks, I already see it coming. I could see it coming because it's been replayed for 4 decades with Deion. Where he lets his mouth run. He talks when he shouldn't. He's thinking that he's writing checks that we cannot wait for his team to not cash. And he doesn't care because what he's doing is what he's always done, which is enter an arena with confidence, because not only does he know he's prepared, that's first and foremost. Not only does he know that he's prepared, but he knows that those who he needs to come with him are equally as prepared. That is the secret sauce. Everyone pays attention to the flash or the prime time, and then Deion comes in and whips you. That's what I think he's doing with this team. At one game in, and I understand there's a long way to go, but I saw enough college football this weekend to see that if that team continues to be consistent and healthy, they can stand quite a run in a Pac-12 that hasn't lost yet.
Yeah, now look, I think the health part is a big key.
Yes.
You can't afford, I imagine there's going to be a big drop-off if Shedeur is not the starting quarterback. But take it for this. So, in our green room at some point in the second half, Urban Meyer and I have this conversation. He's talking about how game changer and how other schools are going to take their cues from this. Mm-hmm. And my only hesitation on this is there aren't other Deion Sanderses. There are other great players. Eddie George was a phenomenal player. He's a head coach at Tennessee State. There's other guys who Ed Reed briefly was the head coach at FAMU. Ed Reed's a super charismatic guy too, mm-hmm. and the passion kind of pours out of him. But I think that's only one piece of this, mm-hmm. right? There's great player, there's super charismatic, there's a lot of things to go to it. But I don't know, could people overhaul their roster and make these dramatic moves? Can you expect to sell, hey, come play for me? I actually know what it's like to do this and to get you there. Yeah, I think that can resonate. I just don't know. When I watch him, there are certain things that he has a sense for that I'm like, ooh, there's some genius in there. And when I use the term genius, it's stuff that doesn't make sense to normal people. But it's actually next level. And I think there's some stuff going on there where you watch some of these press conferences he has or some of these different things. Mm-hmm. And it's I don't know how scripted it is. It's just, God put it in his ear and it's coming out in a lyrical, very powerful way. As somebody who, we both are in front of a microphone, you way more so than me. It is not easy to do that.
Well, I've been around, again, Deion for as long as I've been around him. Deion's expertise when he was on television was sense of chemistry and also sense of moment and his ability to react second to none, where he hated to rehearse. Whenever we would do stuff and let's rehearse it, he'd be like, why? Save it for when the lights are on.
Because everybody else isn't you, and
right.
They can't get away with hitting the switch and it just comes out.
But he would do it. It's not like he refused to do it. It would just be we've got it. The lights are going to come on.
You may have it, but what about the other
schmoes? I know. So when you're saying is it scripted, he's probably said this, if I had to guess, the stuff that he says into a microphone, he's probably said dozens of times to everyone around him. So it just comes out that he might workshop stuff with other people and then be ready to hit it. But him saying that he's about to get comfortable in a minute that's him, I think, off the cuff, just talking like he talks, because he's giving also everyone a little bit of a warning. And I would say to Nebraska, if you turn the ball over this weekend and you have troubles getting first downs like you did in Minnesota, this could be a very long afternoon coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, look, this feels like it's going to be the CU show. Look, and Matt Rule is a really good college coach. I don't know if he has the front line kind of difference maker guys mm-hmm. that Deion has, and Deion has added and acquired compared to what they have at Nebraska. But we'll see. It's I can't wait to see how this thing keeps going, because all of a sudden it's the hype is incredibly high, and sure, Deion can handle it because he's lived it for a long time, mm-hmm. but it's still new to a lot of people. I'm not saying they won't be able to handle it, but I just think it's only going to grow. Like next week they play Colorado State, and the challenge will be there. It was like, okay, everyone's looking at that like the trap game, if they win this one. Then all of a sudden it's Oregon and Washington, Oregon and USC, and like, okay, now all of a sudden we have guys that they have a lot of guys that you have.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.